Hey everyone, the NBA in-season tournament is officially here, and it's already shaping up to be one of the most intriguing developments in recent league history. There's a lot to unpack when it comes to this concept, because it isn't just another set of games. It's an experiment in how to add a competitive edge to the middle of the season without completely disrupting the rhythm of a traditional NBA schedule. Yesterday, the groups and the schedule were released, and the reactions have been mixed, but mostly positive. People are starting to realize that, despite all the initial skepticism, the in-season tournament has a real chance to become a permanent and meaningful fixture in the league. The idea itself is pretty clever when you break it down. Instead of simply extending the regular season with meaningless matchups, the NBA has structured it so that each game in the group stage still counts toward a team's regular season record. At the same time, these games contribute to a separate tournament ranking, creating a dual layer of stakes. For players, coaches, and fans, that's huge. It means that every minute matters, every possession counts, and there's an added layer of excitement for teams that might otherwise be coasting through certain parts of the schedule. The first two seasons have already shown us some interesting patterns. The Lakers took the inaugural tournament, and while it didn't translate to an NBA Finals victory, it established the tournament as something teams might genuinely target. Milwaukee claimed the second one, showing that different styles and team compositions can thrive under this format. Looking at the Lakers this year, they find themselves in a challenging group in the Western Conference. Group B includes the Dallas Mavericks, Los Angeles Clippers, Memphis Grizzlies, and New Orleans Pelicans. On paper, it's a tough slate, but it's also filled with narrative potential. For example, the game between the Lakers and the Mavericks is particularly exciting because it will mark the first time these two franchises face each other with their current rosters. Luka Doncic versus the Lakers is a storyline that alone can sell the tournament to casual fans. Doncic is coming off a season where expectations are sky high, and he's entering this tournament with a chip on his shoulder. He's looking to assert dominance, to remind the league that he is a force to be reckoned with, and that adds drama to every matchup he touches. The Clippers and Grizzlies also add layers of intrigue. The Clippers have been quietly assembling a roster capable of competing at the highest level, while Memphis is a young, athletic team on the rise. Each of these teams brings a different challenge, both stylistically and strategically, which means the Lakers can't just show up and expect easy victories. Every game will require preparation, focus, and a willingness to adjust on the fly. The Pelicans might be considered a manageable opponent, but in a tournament setting where intensity is ramped up and every matchup can swing momentum, no team can be underestimated. That's the beauty of the in-season tournament. It forces top-tier teams to treat these games with a level of seriousness they might not always bring to a mid-November matchup in the regular season. For players like Doncic, the tournament presents a perfect opportunity to set the tone for the season. He's in peak physical condition, has clearly put in the work to improve every aspect of his game, and now he gets a platform to demonstrate it in high-stakes situations. Even though the in-season tournament isn't the NBA Finals, performing well here can build confidence, create momentum, and establish early narratives that carry throughout the year. In a sense, it's like an extended preseason that matters. Every shot, pass, and defensive rotation can be used to send a message to the rest of the league. I'm here, and this is my time. That kind of psychological edge is hard to quantify, but it's real, and it can make the difference in tight playoff races down the line. There are also managerial and coaching considerations that come into play. Coaches must balance competitiveness with player health, and that's a delicate dance. Players need minutes to establish rhythm and cohesion, but overextending a star like Doncic could have consequences later in the season. Teams that manage this balance well are the ones most likely to succeed, not just in the tournament, but in the regular season and eventual playoff push. It's a strategic puzzle. How much do you push now versus how much do you save for later? The Lakers have an advantage in that they've already navigated this tournament format once, winning it in the inaugural season. That experience matters. They know what it takes to advance, how to approach different opponents, and how to leverage the tournament as a platform for larger goals. Another layer to consider is how the in-season tournament could shape player legacies over time. Right now, Winning it doesn't carry the same weight as an NBA championship, but history is fluid. In 5 or 10 years, players' resumes might be evaluated differently, with in-season tournament success serving as a factor in Hall of Fame conversations or MVP debates. Imagine a scenario where a player like Doncic dominates both the regular season and the tournament, putting himself in elite company even before the playoffs begin. Accolades like these don't just decorate a trophy case. They shape narratives, influence endorsements, and affect the perception of greatness. Early adoption and success in these tournaments could become a defining characteristic of the next generation of stars. For the Lakers, there's also a broader organizational narrative at play. They were the first team to win the tournament, and that accomplishment is part of the franchise's legacy now. Being the first to accomplish something in professional sports has a special kind of immortality. If the Lakers could repeat that success while also contending for the NBA championship, it would solidify their place in league history in a way that no single regular season or playoff achievement could match. The combination of strategic planning, player development, and seizing the moment could create a perfect storm, one that not only boosts the team's confidence, but also sends a clear message to the rest of the league. The Lakers are not just participants. They're contenders in every sense of the word. The competitive dynamic in the West further intensifies the situation. Every team in that conference has talent, depth, and the capability to make noise. This means the Lakers cannot afford to underestimate any opponent. Memphis and the Clippers present significant challenges due to their athleticism and tactical versatility, while Dallas, led by Doncic, presents a unique superstar matchup that demands attention on both ends of the floor. Success here isn't guaranteed, it's earned. Every possession matters, and every mistake can be exploited. That pressure is precisely what the NBA wanted to create with the in-season tournament, and it's already proving to generate storylines that fans and analysts will be dissecting for weeks to come. There's also the psychological component. Players thrive under pressure, and a tournament environment forces them to elevate their focus and performance. For a young star like Doncic, this is an invaluable experience, learning to manage the highs and lows, handling media attention, and competing in a condensed, high-stakes setting. As the in-season tournament progresses, the strategic nuances become increasingly apparent. Teams that initially seem dominant can stumble, while those flying under the radar suddenly emerge as contenders. For the Lakers, this is both a challenge and an opportunity. The early matchups against the Mavericks, Clippers, and Grizzlies will not only test their roster depth, but also reveal how well their coaching staff can adapt on the fly. Frank Vogel's successors, or in this case, the current coaching staff, face a delicate balancing act. They must weigh the need for early wins with the necessity of preserving their stars for the grind of the remaining regular season and eventual playoff push. Every decision about minutes, rotations, and defensive assignments carries a ripple effect, and in a condensed tournament setting, those ripples are magnified exponentially. In games against elite opponents like Dallas and Memphis, the Lakers' defensive schemes will be tested like never before. Luka Doncic is a unique challenge, a player who can manipulate tempo, create shots out of seemingly impossible situations, and orchestrate the offense in ways that demand constant attention. The Lakers must decide whether to double-team him, rotate aggressively, or rely on individual defenders to contain him, knowing that any lapse could be fatal in a tournament scenario where every loss could cost them advancement. Similarly, Memphis's athleticism and transition game present a very different type of challenge, one that tests both stamina and coordination. The Grizzlies thrive in open-court situations, and the Lakers' ability to close out on shooters and maintain structural discipline will likely determine the outcome. This is not a situation where half-hearted effort suffices. It is a pressure cooker environment that exposes weaknesses while rewarding preparation and execution. What makes this tournament truly fascinating, however, is how it intersects with player development and narrative building. For young stars and rising talent, the in-season tournament is a stage upon which they can prove their mettle. For veterans, it's an arena to demonstrate leadership and stability. For the Lakers, this means that players like Austin Reeves, and other younger roster members have an opportunity to elevate their status within the team hierarchy. Their performance in high-pressure matchups could directly influence rotation patterns later in the season, while also shaping fan perception and media narratives. In essence, the tournament is both a competitive proving ground and a psychological experiment. Who thrives under pressure, who falters, and who steps into a larger role when called upon. Beyond individual storylines, the tournament also impacts organizational dynamics. Front offices and coaching staffs are observing outcomes not just in terms of wins and losses, but also in terms of system implementation, roster synergy, and in-game adaptability. The ability to read the flow of a game, make adjustments in real time, and exploit mismatches becomes more critical than ever. For the Lakers, this period represents a unique window into how well their current roster functions under stress. Are their defensive rotations cohesive? Can the bench contribute meaningful minutes without compromising intensity? Are the star players able to carry the load without overextending themselves physically? These questions are vital because the answers will inform decisions throughout the remainder of the season and even into potential playoff scenarios. The psychological component of the tournament cannot be overstated. Competing in a condensed, high-stakes environment can significantly influence a player's confidence and momentum. Winning early matchups can create a sense of invincibility and cohesion, while losing can either motivate or destabilize, depending on team culture and leadership. For someone like Doncic, this tournament is a microcosm of playoff intensity. Each possession is scrutinized, each decision carries weight, and the margin for error is razor-thin. How he handles this pressure and how his teammates respond could foreshadow how they approach the postseason. Similarly, the Lakers' veterans, by maintaining composure and guiding younger players through tense situations, can instill a level of resilience and mental toughness that is invaluable in the long term. Another intriguing aspect is the global impact of the tournament. With international audiences increasingly invested in the NBA, matchups featuring stars like Doncic carry immense appeal. His performance on a stage where stakes are clearly defined provides international fans a lens into his capabilities under pressure. For the Lakers, competing effectively against such high-profile opponents not only boosts their domestic credibility, but also enhances their brand globally. Success in these tournaments could influence everything from merchandising and broadcast reach to the perception of the team's competitiveness abroad. This dimension adds another layer of complexity, as front offices now must consider not just the tactical and physical aspects of competition, but also the marketing and reputation implications of each game. The in-season tournament also has broader implications for the NBA as a whole. By introducing a competitive mid-season event, the league is effectively experimenting with new ways to engage fans and create storylines outside of the traditional regular season and playoff frameworks. This format encourages teams to approach every game with intensity, reducing instances of lackluster performances that often plague mid-season contests. Moreover, it provides broadcasters and media outlets with an ongoing narrative to explore, deepening fan engagement and generating content that extends beyond the typical box score. For teams like the Lakers, mastering this format early could offer not just immediate competitive advantages, but also long-term brand benefits in an increasingly entertainment-driven sports landscape. In summary, the in-season tournament represents a multifaceted evolution in how the NBA structures competition. For the Lakers, it is both a challenge and an opportunity, a platform to test their limits, a stage for their stars to shine, a laboratory for strategic experimentation, and a narrative generator that can influence both local and global perceptions. The combination of tactical complexity, psychological pressure, and high-stakes competition creates an environment where every decision, play, and performance matters. As the tournament unfolds, the Lakers' ability to navigate these dynamics will not only define their short-term success, but also shape their long-term trajectory in a rapidly evolving league landscape. The in-season tournament is more than a novelty. It is a proving ground, a crucible, and potentially a new chapter in the history of professional basketball. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on, whispers are circulating across the NBA landscape, and the Los Angeles Lakers might be preparing a seismic move that could reshape the league's dynamics for the next couple of seasons. Rumors suggest that the Lakers have finalized a potential agreement with Klay Thompson, the sharpshooting guard whose pedigree includes multiple championships with the Golden State Warriors. Although nothing has been officially confirmed, sources close to the organization hint that the two-year deal could be imminent, sparking excitement and speculation among fans and analysts alike. The Lakers, a franchise always in pursuit of star power, may see Thompson as the perfect complementary piece alongside their existing roster of talent, adding depth, perimeter shooting, and championship experience to a team eager to reclaim dominance in the Western Conference. Conversations inside the league indicate that if the deal goes through, it could alter off-season strategies, not just for Los Angeles, but for other contenders watching the Lakers' every move with intense scrutiny. Thompson's arrival would provide more than just scoring. It would deliver veteran leadership and a defensive presence capable of impacting games at both ends of the floor. Observers are already debating how head coach Darvin Ham might integrate him, especially in high-pressure moments when spacing and shooting precision are crucial. The potential acquisition of Klay Thompson by the Lakers has created a buzz reminiscent of the blockbuster trades of the past, with speculation swirling around how this move would affect the team's chemistry and championship aspirations. Thompson, widely regarded as one of the greatest shooters of his generation, could inject a new level of confidence and versatility into the Lakers' lineup, offering spacing that could dramatically improve LeBron James' playmaking and Anthony Davis's efficiency in the post. Analysts are questioning how the Lakers would manage minutes distribution, rotations, and offensive schemes to accommodate a player with such a specific skill set, while balancing the development of younger contributors eager for playing time. The two-year term being rumored adds an element of calculated risk and optimism, suggesting the Lakers see Thompson as a bridge to immediate contention rather than a long-term solution. Meanwhile, Warriors fans are speculating about the implications of losing one-third of their famed Splash Brothers duo and how the franchise might respond in free agency or the draft. Internally, league executives are reportedly watching the negotiations closely, understanding that a finalized deal could set off a chain reaction of trades, signings, and strategic adjustments across the league. If this partnership materializes, it would mark one of the most intriguing storylines of the offseason. Beyond the technical implications of the possible deal, the Lakers' Klay Thompson rumor has sparked cultural and media frenzy, with social media channels overflowing with opinions, memes, and debates on the feasibility and impact of such a signing. Fans are theorizing about how Thompson's presence could influence the Lakers' identity, whether they become more perimeter-oriented or if they maintain a balanced inside-outside approach under Coach Ham's leadership. Pundits speculate that Thompson could redefine the Lakers' offensive sets, potentially allowing LeBron to operate more freely off the ball, while Davis might enjoy less defensive attention as defenses stretch to cover the threat from beyond the arc. Behind closed doors, insiders hint that front office executives have been weighing multiple scenarios, assessing cap space implications, roster flexibility, and the potential of pairing Thompson with other free agents to maximize championship potential. While some analysts caution about Thompson's injury history, others argue that his championship experience and skill set outweigh potential risks, especially in the context of a team looking to make an immediate title run. The Lakers' marketing team is rumored to be preparing campaigns anticipating fan excitement, with merchandise and ticketing strategies potentially capitalizing on the hype of Thompson joining the storied franchise. Even if official confirmation is pending, the mere suggestion of Thompson in purple and gold colors has reignited discussion about the Lakers' status as perennial contenders. Inside sources are reportedly buzzing about the strategic chess game the Lakers might be playing with Klay Thompson, balancing the allure of a high-profile addition with the subtleties of team dynamics and contract negotiations. Rumors suggest that the organization is pushing hard to finalize terms before other teams intervene or before Thompson explores alternative options, signaling a sense of urgency in Los Angeles. Observers speculate that the two-year deal might include performance incentives and flexible clauses to protect both parties, allowing the Lakers to maintain financial agility while giving Thompson motivation to excel. NBA insiders are already dissecting potential lineups, imagining scenarios where Thompson's shooting prowess opens driving lanes, relieves defensive pressure on LeBron and Davis, and transforms bench scoring capabilities. Additionally, analysts are debating how this move could influence rival franchises' off-season strategies, potentially prompting a flurry of signings or trades aimed at countering a strengthened Lakers squad. While uncertainty remains about the finalization of the deal, the rumor alone has generated a heightened sense of anticipation, driving ticket sales, social media engagement, and national coverage. The conversation surrounding Thompson's potential arrival transcends simple roster additions. It speaks to a calculated effort to shape the Lakers' immediate championship trajectory while maintaining intrigue and suspense in a league starved for headline-making stories. Finally, if the Lakers succeed in securing Klay Thompson, the narrative surrounding their offseason would shift dramatically, from measured roster tweaks to a headline-grabbing acquisition capable of igniting fan passion and media attention simultaneously. Speculation abounds regarding how this addition might influence the Western Conference hierarchy, with the Lakers potentially emerging as a renewed powerhouse capable of challenging the likes of the Denver Nuggets, Phoenix Suns, and Golden State Warriors themselves. Social media chatter continues to highlight hypothetical highlight reels of Thompson connecting with LeBron for alley-oops, hitting clutch threes, and seamlessly integrating into the Lakers' identity as a team seeking its next championship window. While the deal remains unofficial, insiders insist that the Lakers' front office is moving decisively to explore every opportunity to bring Thompson on board, suggesting negotiations could reach a conclusion sooner than anticipated. Meanwhile, sports analysts continue to craft scenarios, weighing the balance between Thompson's shooting and veteran presence against the risks associated with injuries or declining minutes. In essence, the rumor of Klay Thompson joining the Lakers embodies the perfect storm of excitement, speculation, and anticipation, encapsulating the kind of blockbuster noir. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.